At 69 years old, Vietnam veteran Gil Mullen is the youngest veteran living in the Southern Utah Veterans Home. Mullen served in the U.S. Army in Vietnam from 1970 to 72. Like many others during that era, he was drafted into the service. Despite not receiving a hero's welcome home, he never thought he'd be where he's sitting today, in a wheelchair, suffering from the effects of Agent Orange.
About 1990s when I started, I've had heart attacks, I've had stroke, I've had pulmonary embolism, all that go back to Agent Orange. At least that's what the VA tells me. I've got over 18 things wrong with me.
Agent Orange was an herbicide used by the U.S. military. It was sprayed over the jungles of Vietnam to kill the foliage so that soldiers could see their enemies.
It was for the purpose of killing that plant life so we could see and visualize, what's out there.
A former science teacher, Gil explained how there were 3 ways to contract Agent Orange: through the skin, inhaling it, or ingesting it through food or water. Gil did all 3.
I inhaled it. Also eating it in the food that we ate, and the water that we drank. I mean, it was there.
Gil not only can't walk, but he suffers from diabetes, among other diseases. At 6'4", it's hard for Gil to get around. But the former basketball player thinks that's why he's doing better than others who have already died from Agent Orange.
I'm just thankful there's a place like this for us. I am in a position where I really can't take care of myself.
Another Vietnam veteran at the home, 81-year-old Edmund Moyes, also suffers from Agent Orange. However, he is putting off the inevitable as long as he can by walking as much as he can now. He also suffers from neuropathy in both feet, among other ailments.
All of a sudden I start doing this. This is called the pill rollers phenomena, which is which Agent Orange does and what Parkinson's disease is that I have now.
Moyes was a dentist on a ship just outside of Vietnam. Unlike Gil, he didn't have direct contact with the jungle, just the soldiers who came aboard the ship.
They would go out and fight the fights, and then they'd come back, and I was a dentist. So they had me in the operating room doing surgery, and I did a lot of casualties treatment. They would bring it aboard on their clothes, and then it would get transferred onto us. That's the only way I could figure it happened.
While Gil and Edmund are both victims of Agent Orange, neither of them are bitter about their ailments.
I'm disappointed, that they didn't use better judgment and things like this, but, it all happened years ago, and it's pretty hard to cry on spilt milk.
I'm not bitter at all about it. I wish it could have been different, of course, but I'm being supported well here. Everything that I get here is free for me because I have a 70% disability.
In Ivins, Melissa Anderson, KCSG News.